Hello and welcome to the opening race of the 2015.2 South African simGT series. I'm Jason Holden Jones and I'll be taking you through this first round action. Cat James for AGPS has placed his dark blue Nissan Skyline on pole position. The GT M class driver starting from pole, already showing the pro class guys how to do it. He leads Jonathan Mokotsi in the red and grey Mercedes-Benz SRS. Jason Usmeyer, the reigning SS1 champion, will start from third position ahead of the reigning simGT champion Bashir Jadwat. Johannes Kutsia had a good qualifying session to start from fifth position. Boyd Bryson will start from sixth ahead of the Sol McLaren of Philip Lartakhan. Jordan Chirac will start from 8th position ahead of the two Chris's, Chris Heineke and Chris Brown. Marcus Steyn will start from 11th in the second of the Squadra Ghostworks BMWs. Peter Toy on debut starts from 12th position ahead of reigning SS3 champion Mark Henbury. Jason Holden Jones will start the only Lotus Evora from 14th ahead of Steve Smith, who starts from 15th. Mark McGeer from 16th. Brett Lindsay-Ray will start from 17th position ahead of Jacques de Villiers, and Osman Vali will start from 19th to round up the field. But we are nearing the very last corner of the formation lap. Cat James getting the field ready to start the race. Cat James will be on maximum power. Down the main straight we go, defending from Jonathan Mokotsi, who's pulled out already. But look here comes Jason Usmeyer up the inside, looking for the inside line. Oh, but they've made contact, the two Skylines, and through goes Bashir Jadwat into the race lead. He leads Cat James, who has recovered into second position. And he's got Johannes Kutsia all over in third position. Later on the opening lap, Boyd Bryson was mugged by three cars while going through the Cox turn 8 corner. Down the Starsky straight we go. Kutsia defending from Mokotsi, and so does Bryson from Chirac. Not far behind is Philip Lartakhan as well. As we look back further down the field, the GTM class battle hotting up between the two Bros Racing BMWs, fighting over third position in class. Just behind them is Jacques de Villiers, as well involved in that class battle, and the two HRTs having a difficult time in this race. Towards the back of the field as we watch Jason Holden Jones in the HJ Motorsport Evora chasing down Steve Smith in the blue BMW. As we look at our in-rig footage of Jason Holden Jones driving, trying to catch the rear of their BMW, looking for the drive down the straight. Jones will be looking for the drive out of the S's, and he looks to have it, looks to go to run alongside Smith into the Melbourne hairpin. And Jones has got him under brake, and look at that, you can see the concentration in his face. He's looking behind to make sure he's got that position, and he's done it. Great move there. Mark again now having a great Steve Smith. Later on in the race, we're looking at Mokotsi defending from the Kutsia and Chirac battle. Chirac now very close to Kutsia through the old hairpin. But Chirac having to take avoiding action there, doing well not to run into the back of Kutsia. To look at Lartakhan having a great run in the Prodigy Motorsport McLaren, currently in 6th position ahead of the Detoy Brown battle for 7th. Later on lap 8, Holden Jones has a good run at Chirac, down through the Craner curves. Chirac having an issue while navigating turn 7. through goes Holden Jones around the outside. What a great move that is, using that better momentum to his advantage. He moves up into 8th position, approaching the halfway stage of the race. So we had a challenge for the race lead from Cat James. Unfortunately, he ended in the kitty litter. Judd Watt is led back into the race lead. Later on, James had caught up to Judd Watt and proved a little bit more brave on approach to the back markers, which earned him the race lead with 8 laps remaining. Mark McGee in the purple skyline doing well to allow Judd Watt past and continue his battle for victory with James. See, not far behind is Jonathan Mokhatsi. Here is the number 80 Mercedes-Benz. On board now with the Judd Watt, chasing down Cat James through the crane curves, approaching the old hairpin. Tricky corner to get this right under braking, and Cat James has run wide on Judd Watt, clips the back of Cat James. James has decided to slow down as he feels perhaps that he is unfairly caught out Judd Watt there, and through goes Jonathan Mokhatsi into the race lead. Wow, what a turnaround that is for him. Mokhatsi showed great pace in qualifying to qualify in 3rd position. Mokhatsi's able to keep that distance to the front runners, and now he's found himself in the race lead. In 4th position with a healthy gap back to this man, Philip Lauterkhan. Later on in the race, we saw Cat James and Judd Watt much closer to Mokhatsi. However, Judd Watt and James fighting between themselves is just what he needs to get away. Again, James under braking, not able to stop that skyline in time, as you see Judd Watt all over the place. Exiting the S's, manages to keep it pointing it in the right direction and maintain that 2nd position. But can anyone catch this man? Mokhatsi has driven a very consistent race so far, keeping out of trouble. Look back as we see this battle develop between Coetzee and Lauterkhan. This is the battle for 4th position. Philip has done a lot of work with their McLaren during the off-season. He's really got it running well to be competitive with the Skyline and Mercedes-Benz. Boyd Bryson slightly off pace for this race. He'll be looking to have a stronger run in race 2. Jason Osmeyer had a fantastic comeback after falling right to the back of the grid after opening race incidents to recover to 7th position. As we watch the Holden Jones Chris Brown battle for 8th position, we look at our in-rig footage of Chris Brown. That is him in the blue BMW chasing down Holden Jones in the Lotus Evora. Brown now with a much better run out of Pops, and he's got Runnham is alongside of him. Can he outbrake him into the S's? But no, that Lotus Evora just a bit better under braking, and Brown has run wide. Unfortunately, you can see from the in-rig footage there, Brown just scratching his head there. Hasn't quite gone to plan, but he's smiling at least. So having fun all the same. Watch the GT class battle. De Villiers currently second in class, doing well ahead of Brett Lindsay-Ray, who's got a pro class driver behind him. That is Chris Heineke in the red and dark grey Nissan Skyline. So Heineke trying to get the piece of the class battle. Great racing between these three guys, but it is Jonathan Makhotsu who will win this race. What a fantastic drive he has had. Bashir Jadwat has finished in second ahead of Kat James. Boyd Bryson will finish in fourth position ahead of Yannis Gutierrez, who wins his fight with Latifa in fourth position. Abzmai completes his recovery drive to finish in seventh position, but their battle for eighth position is not yet finished as Holden Jones fishtails out of the last corner. Will he beat Chris Brown to the line? Yes, he will. So Holden Jones finishes in 8th ahead of Chris Brown in 9th, and Marcus Dan will come through to complete the top 10. Chris Heineke will finish in 11th in the end, with Brett Lindsay-Ray will come through to finish in 12th ahead of Steve Smith in 13th. Lindsay-Ray secured second position in the GT M class, Steve Smith in third in the M class. Peter Toy comes through to finish in 14th, Jacques de Villiers 15th, 4th in class, Osman Fali in 16th, Mark Medier in 17th, and Mark Hembry has crossed the line in 18th position. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this race as much as I have, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And until race 2, from me, Jason Holden Jones, goodbye for now.